Hey guys, Bo Spurlock with Hellhound Outdoors. First, I wanted to say that I started a new Facebook group. It's Hellhound Outdoors, so it's easy to find. Just type in the same thing you would to search for my channel, and hit join or whatever, and I'll add you as soon as I see the request. I will accept it. But it's just a group to start, to support my channel, just so that anybody has comments or questions or stuff they want to see, anything like that, then all they have to do is, go to that group. Next, this video is going to be a pretty quick video, but we'll see what we can do. I'm going to go over this saw. It's a buck saw. I wanted to show you this is how it is whenever it's folded up. It's 24.5 inches long. I do know that. I think as far as width, I'd call it, 3.5 inches. So it breaks down, and you can see it's only about an inch and a half thick. But it's very good if you want to pack something with you instead of having to carry a full frame saw. You can take this with you. Price point of these are $75. They are handmade in the U.S. by a guy named Nick Stowell, however you want to say it. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, Nick. But $75, like I said, made in the U.S. That's a good guy. The saw, it only took me, I think, 3 days to get it once I ordered it. But I'm reviewing this one for him, and so I'm going to be cutting. If you can see, I got a stack of locusts over here that we cut down about summer and a half, 2 summers ago. And so it's pretty seasoned. It's going to be hard, locust wood. Locust is about the hardest thing we got around here, unless I go try to find an oak tree, which living oak's going to be softer than this dead locust. I'm going to put this together, and I'm just going to come back here in a second and I'll show you how this goes together, and then we'll get on with it and we'll do a couple demonstrations, see how well it works. Alright guys, mostly you just have this toggle, and that's for your tension. And he may be mad with me, but I lost the string that came originally with it, and so I just grabbed a more 550 cord that I had. I mean, you could do it however you want, but see, once you have it apart, it just goes like that. Your middle piece just goes in real quick like that. And then all you have to do is just take your toggle, lay it pretty much in the center somewhere, wherever you think the center is. The only thing that really matters is just the tighter you get this, the less that you're going to have to twist. So, you can do that before you do the rest, however you want to do it. Good thing is once this thing's put together, it's pretty stable from what I've seen so far. I have used it already once whenever I went camping. So setup time may be a little different, depends on how quick you can tie. I know I'm not doing too great so far today, but it's all good. Start thinking about Bob Ross, Pretty Little Trees. Now he needs a little friend. But all you gotta do is just twist this and just keep twisting, until it gets to where you want to go. I'm using 550 cord, so I know that it's not going to break or come loose, so I can pretty much go above and beyond with this stuff. And then you can see, all you gotta do is stick it through on the other side. And the tighter you get it, the less wiggle you'll have. You can see how I'm just tightening it here. I like how it's set up though. And then once you have it, set up, you've got either a 2-man saw, a 1-man saw, however you want to use it really. Not slipping is the only problem. That's the only thing that I can tell so far, is I'm going to have to figure out a better way to tie it. Because if your knot slips, then this is going to just keep going. Alright, now I was instructed that whenever I got this to basically to just hold on to it down here and just let the weight of the saw do the work. So that's what I'm going to do. The train's getting ready to come by, so give me 1 second and I'm going to let it pass and then I'll be right back. Alright, while the train was going by, the only thing I did was I went back and tied stationary tie down loops, whatever you want to call them, just made a loop. Show you. Got a piece of cord, you know, basically just double it up, you know, just that right there, so that it can't move, and all you gotta do is slide it over the ears. And once you've got that tied on both ends and set for the right position, well, then you don't have to worry about it no more. All you gotta do is put it on, tighten it down. As far as your tension, you can see this right here. The more you tighten it, it sits on one side and it'll, you know, hold it in place. So, on with the show. Like I said, we're going to cut, it should be able to cut anything that's, you know, so say up to 5-6 inches. So that right there shouldn't be a problem. This is every bit of 5 inches, if not 6 inches, but we're going to cut some. Like I said, this is one of the hardest, this is the hardest wood that I know of around here. You see how tight them grooves are. I mean, this is really solid wood. Like, I wouldn't want to try to baton this with my knife, I know that. But give me a second, I'm going to see if I can hunt up a piece of green wood and we'll see how it does with that. Alright, we found this piece of green wood. Just chopped it off a tree over there. I don't know, it's you know, that big around. Call it 3 inches. I'd say this is mostly like what you're going to run into when you're clearing trails or whatever. One thing I thought about for this that I would love to, the reason I'm keeping it, is I'm going to take it and put it in a, you know, like an arrow quiver case, one of those hard, or a map tube, something like that. Just anything to waterproof it, and then just, you know, strap it onto the rack of the four-wheeler. That way if I'm ever out, I don't have to worry about having a chainsaw with me at all times, but it's always there just in case I need it. I mean, you can see there's no damage to the blade or anything. It's got pretty aggressive teeth on it. It does cut both ways. But see how it does on this green wood. And like I said, another thing is you can see I'm not even pressing down on it. And the good thing I like is this whole frame ain't shifting. I mean, the system works well. You know, it does a good job. It's not loose and flimsy. I mean, it makes just pretty easy work of, you know, this kind of wood. Especially if you go and get the, you know, the full strokes. Everybody likes a full stroke. So I mean, there's just nothing to cutting the green wood. Is not a problem at all. And it really wasn't a problem for that piece of locust, but I mean, you know, that stuff, it's hard, very hard. I mean, I don't know. I'm not winded or anything, and cut up 3 like this, and cut this big guy right here, all in, I don't know, it's got to be less than 10 minutes. So, especially if you needed, if I had my knife on me, sorry about the sniffling, guys, the temperature's kind of chilly and I'm getting sick, I believe, but if you wanted wood for a fire for saying it's been raining, well, if I had this saw with me, you know, it straps right to the side of my pack also. It's about the perfect length for that. I could cut off pieces like this, take my knife, baton down the wood, and get to the dry wood inside. Make feather sticks and all that. I like using this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut another one. Not a problem. I mean, you could have a pretty good bit of wood, you know, set up real quick. I like how he made it. Fit and finish seems good. There's no rough edges on it. You know, he's rounded off all of his corners. It just feels like he took a lot of time to make it. You know, it's real comfortable. It's light. If I had to guess, I don't know, maybe 2 pounds, if that. Like I said, all the edges are sanded down. New blade. The swivels, the slots are all cleaned up. Even the toggle's good and, you know, sanded down. So fit and finish, great job. The price point, I mean, it seems all right to me. $75 for something handmade, functional tool, and just getting back to the roots. You know, this is what our ancestors would have used back in the day, is something like this. A good buck saw was priceless. So, like I said, if you want to order one of these, or if you want to get in touch with the guy that makes them, it's Nick Stowell, S-T-O-W-E-L-L. And you can look him up on Facebook, or I will leave a link below to be able to get a hold of him. So that way, like I said, they're $75. Again, this is Bo Spurlock with Hellhound Outdoors. If you like the channel, of course, subscribe and share it with your friends. Help the channel grow. I appreciate your support. Even though I make no money doing this, I do appreciate the support, because it gives me a reason to keep making videos. The more I see people watch, the more videos I'll make. Like I said, I started a new Facebook group. It's called Hellhound Outdoors. It's the same as my YouTube channel. If you look for me, Bo Spurlock with Hellhound Outdoors. Thank you, and I'll be back soon with another video.